Hello, everybody, and welcome to Zenith 3000, Episode 2, The Electric Church. For those of you who are joining us from last week, welcome back. And for those of us who are joining for the first time, welcome. I hope you stick around and enjoy the story. My name is Alex. I will be your GM and your host for this evening. I'm grateful for Sword and Key for allowing us the space to tell the story and share the channel for a moment. Before we hop into character introductions, a quick couple of bookkeeping items. First of all, is that we are running incentives along with this game. You can do !donate, I believe, in chat to see how your money can both influence the story we are telling and, more importantly, be directed to Doctors Without Borders. I had to think about that for a second. This is a fairly well-known humanitarian organization that directs medical care towards combat zones, emergent disease outbreak zones, and similar areas of acute need of medical care. Give Alex a problem? What? Uh, anyway, so that is what our donation structure will be. And another thing to note is that this game, like the majority of my creative work, is intended to consider the current world in which we all share. And so to understand my understanding of that world, I believe there is a Zenith reading list that can be accessed through the chat as well. !reading. You can see some of the texts that went into the inspiration for what the story is and how it is being told. And there are also the content warnings you can see in !CW. As just a brief summary, if the news stresses you out like it stresses me out, then this stream will be engaging in similar ideas. With all of that being said, I do think we're ready to introduce our players and then hop straight into the story. So who would like to start yapping next?
Maybe just to
I
be
can go
easy.
first.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah,
I was
go
gonna say
first.
maybe like a clockwise from Alex from here on out.
Yeah, yeah. Hi everyone. My name is Abhishek. I will be playing Eris, who uses any all pronouns. They're a fairly interesting character who you may recognize if you've watched the original Zenith series. So I'll leave it at that.
Hi, I'm Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I'm going to be playing Erastus Brevenfeld, who uses he, they pronouns and is an intuitive preside who interprets the law. And according to Vertigo, not Vesper, Vertigo last session is better and worse than a cop.
That almost sounds like its own character sentence.
It is.
Hi, hello, I'm Eva. My pronouns are she, her, and today I am playing Vertigo. I'm so used to doing a different pattern. It's fine. Pronouns she, any. And Vertigo's character sentence is a beneficent speaker who works the system. Speaker in this case is a manipulator. And I think that leaves me in a good position to hit the recap, unless there was anything, Alex, you wanted in between.
Uh, yeah, sure. Let's hit the recap and then we can dive into what's next.
So last session, the premiere, Your Brave New World, we were introduced to two new characters and a recurring fan favorite. We opened on Erastus, a government official who has the most incredible employees known to man, one of which, Julie, gave him a grenade, legal grenade, just because it wasn't even like Boss Appreciation Day. But also Erastus has discovered a strange report about heavy ether web traffic, which I believe that report immediately disappeared, making it all the more intriguing. And Erastus was pointed to a location kind of on the outskirts of town, related to Chroma Core, which is fine. Vertigo, elsewhere in town, gets a call from Vito the Deal Devil, who's a personal favorite. I just love that phrase. Vito the Deal Devil is perfect. And is given a job, also on the outskirts of town, also regarding heavy etherweb traffic. Strange. Vertigo and Erastus meet up on the monorail, and Eris hears rumors about something off. Something big, something bad, something old. And gosh darn it, if Eris doesn't get a little nudge towards a small little spot on the edge of the city. And indications that perhaps this is related to the Red Presence, which Eris is always keeping an eye out for, I would imagine, for, reasons. They all meet on the monorail and quickly discover that they are going to, at least in the same direction, which is very suspicious, especially to Erastus, who does not believe in coincidence. They come across two half-elves, Apogee and Perigee, who are community organizers of a sort, and seem to be doing local organizing. And do mention that there is a warehouse down the street that is a little odd. Erastus finds out kind of how odd by running face first into some goblins. And then Vertigo discovers it's even more odd because they try to jack in and get a sense of the security system and discover an AI beholder, which is fine. It is essentially being used by this organization to disseminate propaganda throughout the city. And I feel like we're going to recap all that pretty soon, so I'm going to just skip past that bit. Basically, we blew up the building. It's fine. And now we're here. I did speedrun that last bit, but also the players at hand have not had a chance in character to recap, so it seems cruel to inflict a double recap on the viewer.
You hit the main points, and before we hit anything else, allow me to share with you a perspective. Imagine for a moment the worst person you can. Make it someone you know, or at least someone you know of. What separates you from this person? Is it your ethics, your age, your gender? Is it maybe your race? It could be all of these. It could be none. It could be more. Consider for a moment, though, all you share. Your inheritance, for example. A gasoline-soaked nuclear matchbox of a world, which pollutes both you and this other person in its industrial smog. You both share the tragic curse of knowing just enough such that if you think about it for a while, you will come to realize you know nothing at all. You and this person, this worst person, share the same imprisonment from within human perception, separation from reality, behind a barrier so thin as touch, taste, sight, and sound, but so thick as to permanently separate you from the one thing that unites you, the universal. Imagine for a moment the worst person you can. Make it someone you know. And consider, you are both more than likely statistically average iterations of the human mold, normal people acting as any random normal person might in the complex cocktail of circumstance, desire, context, power, preconception, and the residual detritus of cognition gifted to you gently by yesterday's greatest minds. So we understand each other. In the coming days, you will be told stories. Stories of us and stories of them. These stories, without exception, will all be lies. Because I am telling you, imagine, for a moment, the worst person you can, and then you tell me if there is anything other than us. Vertigo Madigan, Erastus Brevenfield, and Eris of no last name. You find yourself in a wide street in the industrial quarter of Zenith as the sun continues to decline in the sky. The factories slowly begin to empty as a myriad of people and different peoples spill out of the nondescript, unmarked buildings around you and into various forms of transportation, both towards and away from the city center. What do you do?
How?
I think we should.
Sorry, I was just asking Alex, how far along after? Is it like right after everything?
Not very long after. You have not yet walked yourself back to the train station.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Eva.
No, that's okay. I think we should probably get out of here.
If
And I think that will be a walk and talk. I think I will say that as I head off towards the train.
Oh, absolutely. Erastus, if no one else was going to lead, is definitely making their way to the train station, still having, like, Eris's offered kerchief just in hand to the train.
Absolutely. You and the party make a beeline towards the nearest monorail station. You get onto what is now a packed platform, as again the factories have begun to empty out. In this particular station, you find yourself surrounded by a relatively large number of Githyanki. You are near a factory owned by a company called Astral Industries, I believe. This is the primary spacefaring and satellite launching corporation that operates within the city of Zenith. It is technically owned by a foreign entity, the Dread Lich Queen Blacketh, but it's also great for business.
Just casually adding the Lich Queen in. Love it.
Yeah, she's still alive. She's still kicking.
Alive.
Yeah.
Girl
Good
boss.
point.
How long until the next train arrives?
Minutes.
Okay.
5-10 minutes max.
Man, shout out for good public transportation.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
That is one thing that Zenith does have for sure. Public transit, A+.
God, I'm so fucking jealous.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do is you wait and you eventually board.
Erastus is looking at the time of arrivals, and if there's like at least 5 minutes, if it's bordering on 10, he's gonna just excuse himself. Bathroom. Excuse me.
Erastus, you fuck on off to the bathroom.
Yeah. And basically Erastus heads into the bathroom, and if is there anyone else in here, or is there...
Probably, yeah, it's rush hour.
Yeah, rush hour. As soon as there's like an open stall, like he throws himself into a stall, locks it, sits down, and I'm not going to describe it, but essentially just has a panic attack. So he takes the time, a couple minutes to try and calm down before taking the equivalent of a Xanax and heading back out.
Sure. Go ahead and roll Do you have any skills related to keeping composure or not obviously being panicked?
I have the only things that might apply would be deception or public speaking.
Are you trying to deceive anybody as you leave the stall?
Absolutely.
All right, sure. Go ahead and roll against a. For fun, let's call this a challenge level 4.
Yeah.
Perceptive Igithyanki, who is washing his hands as you step out of the bathroom.
I am going to use a level of effort, so I have brought it down
Target
by
number 6 or above.
2. I got an 11.
Sure. You make brief eye contact, but nothing more than that.
Yep. I'll wash my hands, pretending I actually use the bathroom, because
Mhm.
wash your fucking hands, people. And then I will go.
Erastus rejoins you shortly after.
All better.
Yes. I will hold out this. Do you want this back, or would you like me to wash it first?
Keep it.
I will put that away. And just wait with everyone else.
Vertigo absolutely disassociated unless Eris had anything to say in the meantime.
I think Eris would probably most likely have been checking her nails, just to make sure they haven't gotten chipped in the last altercation.
Valid.
But yeah, I think aside from that, they'll keep relatively quiet at least until the train comes here. They have some thoughts, but that can wait.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
The monorail, a sleek yet aging vehicle, approaches the station in its standard red and white patterning. It comes to a silent stop, as these maglev vehicles do, and the doors open. It's crowded, but with enough finagling and scooting around, you are eventually able to find 3 seats next to each other in a relatively packed car. There are all manner of individuals in this travel car, certainly many of the Githyanki who you shared a platform with, and also other individuals. You see a small group of goblins, one of which seems to be tinkering with an improvised mechanical device of sorts over in the corner. There are a couple of kobolds sitting around towards the front of the car, arguing bitterly, it seems, over something in the Draconic language. And more unassuming passengers who are, seems quietly just attempting to get from point A to point B.
Is it like all 3 of us packed in like to one row, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
Who's in the middle? Who's got window? Who's got aisle?
Tactically, it seems like Erastus should be aisle.
Yeah. Or at
Yeah, I
least not
feel
the
like-
window.
Probably not middle. Like, imagine like turning
Oh,
your
that's
head,
true,
just
that's
whack,
fair.
whack,
Oh
whack.
yeah.
That's absolutely fair.
I think Eris would definitely want to claim the window.
I was gonna say, unless there were other reasons, I expect Eris would want the window and Vertigo is fine
Yeah.
sitting in the middle. And probably just like slumps down to avoid any potential antler
He is very used
situations.
to. He has a lot of situational awareness with his horns, so
Yeah.
this is not
No,
new.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So where are we headed? I have a lot to tell you guys. I'm not gonna lie, but not a good place. Not a good place at all.
I
Here.
I think I take out my phones, because Alex, you said we got text. All 3 of us got texted, but I feel like the message went to both of my work phone and my personal phone.
Yeah, whatever phone was on your person at the time.
Yeah.
This was a GPS triangulation type event.
Yeah, like I'll take
Thanks,
it.
I hate it.
Yeah, I'll open up one of my phones and I'll like tap the message that says Vertigo Madigan, you're going the wrong way. You want to explain this part first?
Obviously, I was going the wrong way. and someone wanted to be sure I didn't. And we didn't get any more messages, right? So...
Okay, but who, why texted all three of us? What happened down there?
Erastus.
Vertigo.
What part of this is not a good place to have this conversation?
Sorry.
Do you not?
Sorry.
Okay, just checking.
Sorry, I'm just a little...
No, I didn't love it either, but to be clear, also not a great thing to talk about right
Yes,
here, probably.
My apologies. In that case, I think they just... Because they were facing you, and like back to the aisle, but like they turn back, pull out their iPad, not their iPad, their tablet, and just like start typing away because some reports need to be made. So
Vertigo is
If you
not
were-
going to try and sneak a look. I want to. Vertigo's too distracted.
that's fair.
If you are looking for a quiet place, a safe place to have a conversation, how do you feel about letting the Sooth deck decide where we end up?
Sooth deck,
Sooth
Sooth
deck,
deck,
I feel
Sooth deck.
so good about it,
Let's
Alex. Thank you for
go.
asking.
I love the Sooth deck
Uh,
so much.
For those of us at home, the Sooth deck is a gameplay accessory from the Invisible Sun tabletop role-playing game. It is a set of essentially faux tarot cards with an accompanying set of descriptions designed for role-playing games and prompting narrative and character developments. For our first pull of this game, let's see if the camera can show it. We have pulled the Weeping Priest.
No!
This is value 5 apprentice. Let's see.
It's not the
what-
best card, folks.
God, no, I remember this guy's a bit of a fucker.
Not as bad as the Jackal or the
To be
Devil.
Not
Fair.
as bad as the Jackal.
A dope fantasy tavern name, though.
The
Oh,
Weeping
yeah.
Priest.
Yeah.
It does go hard as a fantasy.
Solid.
Does go hard as a
Also,
tavern
it
name.
would be a great cult name too.
Oh,
Also
very
that.
good.
Mm.
All right.
Mm.
The Weeping Priest, value 5. Secrets, ravens, books, and flame. Meaning betrayal, weakness, turnabout, disillusionment, or loss. The priest sits alone, filled with sadness or remorse. What has happened? What is causing his misery? Happiness, success, and good fortune are fragile things, easily taken away by the cruel hand of fate. This is particularly true when there's a probably unseen weakness in a plan. As the apprentice of the Secrets family, the Weeping Priest is its weak link. It's a hindrance at best and a hidden stab in the back at worst. The worst secret of all is the one that conceals betrayal by one you love most.
Mm.
I hate this card.
Surprise reversal, almost always bad.
Oh boy.
Rad.
Is this the
All right.
equivalent of like talking in a 7-Eleven parking lot, or?
Honest.
Eek.
All right. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Vertigo, one of the several places in town that you have been known to do this kind of hidden business is a venue sort of on the border of the city center, if you will. This is a small club in a that's sort of loose confederation of affiliated venues that is referred to as the Shock Scene. This group of clubs and other live music venues hosts various punk bands and other sort of similar underground musical movements. The destination in particular that you are headed to is called the Electric Church.
How unexpected.
What a
Surprise!
Surprise.
I figured there was one of two places that the cards were going to bring you to, and this is where this one brought you.
I think there's a good spot a few stops from here. If you all are up for a bit of a club.
A club.
I quite like it, actually.
Like music club, or else it's not like a smoking club or
No, I figured.
cards.
Just not places I really go.
An adventure.
Does this club have a name?
The Electric Church.
Ooh.
Familiar?
Yeah, you gave me some information about it a couple weeks ago.
Do you have? Oh, you do have some background on the Electric Church. Sick.
Oh yeah, I probably should have double checked my notes on that one. Indeed, this actually might not be as good as I thought.
That's okay. Do you want me to resend you what you sent me? What I sent you?
I
If
hilariously
two-
have it in a document right in front of my face. I just
Sick.
didn't read it.
All right, then, for the sake of two of you already knowing the deal, and Eris for sure would know the deal.
Oh, absolutely.
The Electric Church is, among other things, the base for a cell of. You could think of them as neighborhood watch. These people, the variety of these cells come together and form a loose faction within the city referred to as the Drowned. If you've been around the city for long, you would know these as descendants of the Divers, a freelance adventurers guild from roughly the time of the apocalypse. In a few short stops, the train comes to a slow and the doors open, and you are able to exit into the rapidly approaching evening. You walk down a few blocks as the sun dips lower and lower towards the horizon, and you eventually come to a small little hole in the wall with a long stanchion and an even longer line to get in. The neon sign advertises that this is indeed the Electric Church. It features an eye within a triangle, the old symbol of an ancient deity known as Enuma Elish.
I look at the line and I just give you like a, are we doing
Don't.
this? Because I don't want to.
Don't worry about it. Are you fine? Did you not come after you saw the thing?
Not yet.
Well, two birds, one stone.
Today's not the best day to do it.
Eris, not to cut our companion short, but I feel like you or I are probably the higher up on the list of
Priority.
entrance. Sure, priorities.
Just be nice.
Do you want to handle this, or would you like me to?
I mean, you're already familiar with it. I mean, might as well let you take the lead, but more than willing to step in if you need it.
You just sort of have a vibe of line skipping. I don't know where I got that from.
Oh, whatever gave you that idea.
Eris has VIP.
Like gestures to address.
VIP privilege of vibes.
Yes, exactly.
Whatever gave you that vibe, and she gestures to her dress.
I would like to walk straight past the line to the door person and say to them, I don't feel like I'm here super often, but by any chance do I recognize them?
You sure do.
Oh, hell yeah.
You walk up to the door and you see a big, jacked, brown-red minotaur standing there. He has got these long... It is not Crag,
Damn it!
unfortunately.
Damn it!
It's an even deeper cut. A brown-red minotaur standing there, an impressive rack of horns on his head. He's wearing a black tank top that shows off his arms that are wider than your head. And he has a pair of what appear to be long daggers or short swords just kind of stuck in sheaths in his back. You would know this as Nikolov Niki Brashka, a minotaur who works the door here. Vertigo, how can I help?
Nikki, it has been a hell of a day. You
Oh,
got
it
room
has
for
it,
3?
definitely. I always have room for you and friends.
You are the best.
3, you say?
Me, them. And I'll just gesture to Eris and Erastus.
Vertigo, them, you, in.
Do you have a drink? Do you need anything sent your way?
I would not say no to beer.
You got it. And then, yeah, I will head straight in, and I'm not going to see if anyone else follows.
Oh, Eris strides confidently after Vertigo.
No doubt.
They are just no doubt. Like, he just, the moment they say enter, Eris is already walking in.
Is Eris known by Nikki here?
I'd say so, given I'd say if Eris has been here at least a few times in their time here. So I'd say Nikki would at least be able to recognize Eris.
Yeah, he waves at you as you enter. Nikki, Jesus. Eris, good to see you.
She gives him a wave. Always a pleasure, Nikki.
Thank you. I'll follow.
Hello, friend. You have nice horns.
Right back at you.
3 of you enter the electric church. It is not yet really truly evening, and yet the place is already beginning to bump. It's dark in here. There's a sort of haze of blue and purple light. You see a small crowds beginning to form around various tables. Some people even taking to the dance floor. It appears that there's a group of technicians or stagehands, something, putting together for a show later this evening.
I assume what I sent Erastus before, that's got to be like a private room somewhere, not like right next to us. The
You're asking
footage. Yeah. I would like to be able to pass on like where in the club it is for Erastus's sake.
I will DM it to you for just...
Yeah, please direct that.
When I was basically doing info gathering before the game.
Oh,
This is part of what Vertigo got me.
Yes, yeah, I do remember this. Okay. Security camera footage. All right, so that security camera footage would not direct you to a private room, but it would direct you to basically a big round table in the corner of the room. Probably the largest and the only table of its kind in the establishment. It's down on the first floor in this sort of like back left corner. Incidentally, it's occupied by some similar figures than that were featured on the footage. Not the dead one, obviously, but you know the rest.
Yeah, obviously.
That'd be a twist.
God,
Right?
right?
Before he gets too far ahead, I'm just gonna put a hand, like just touch Eris's elbow lightly. Wherever we go, I think we're going to avoid the big table tonight.
Noted.
And Eris, you would know that the big table tonight, as with most nights you've been here, is occupied by one Desade Canna, one of Zenith's most wanted, and the de facto leader of the drowned cell that operates in this establishment.
And by virtue of what, where, and whatnot, I assume I don't need to point it out to Erastus.
No.
Sure don't.
Like, Erastus, like, looks over and make notes of it and, like, stares for, like, a longer than necessary moment at the corner table in Desiday. But after that, we'll allow Vertigo to lead the way to, like, a different table or something, to the bar or whatever.
Probably a booth away from the table, if possible. I feel like the bar is a little too...
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Regrettably, I cannot leave well enough alone. In response to somebody's staring, we have pulled another sooth card.
Oh, beautiful.
God damn
What
it.
was
Feels
it?
right.
The
Lovely.
Crowded Tomb, meanings ending despair and completion. An ending, not necessarily a sudden ending. Okay, interesting. The tomb lies at the end of all stories, the reward for the greatest monarch and the lowliest beggar. Of course, the tomb is crowded. It grows more crowded each day. Mourners crowd around the tomb, but it is even more crowded within. So many deaths, so many endings. Crowded Tomb is the location card of the secret family and thus represents a permanence or is related to a physical place. That means the finality that it represents probably occurs in a specific or significant location. It is an ending, but not necessarily a sudden ending. An ending that you know full well is coming, whether you acknowledge it or not. Interesting. Okay.
Didn't your
I'll
parents
pocket
teach
that.
you not to stare?
Are you saying that?
No. No, I guess not.
No, that's fair. Alex, is it safe to say I could have taken a 10-minute rest on the train?
Sure is, yes.
Cool. Thank you.
I'll
Bless
say,
them.
though, that as you stare and the security camera footage that you have watched several times replays in your mind, you feel tremendously sad.
Yeah. I do not look longer once I'm following. Corner booth, wherever we're going.
If nothing else, once we are seated, and I will let Erastus decide. I'll sit last, because I don't know if Erastus wants an eye on certain things or not.
Nope.
And
Back to the table if possible.
as far as I'm concerned, Eris can do whatever they want. I'm not gonna argue with the VIP. But I would like to have a beer sent to Nikki
Absolutely.
before Vertigo, or more specifically, I forget.
You get a large pint, send it his way.
Does anyone else need a drink before we get into this?
Yeah, sure.
Eris will tilt her head for a moment, but she'll accept for a drink.
Erastus?
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever you want to grab.
Dealer's choice.
3 house cocktails. Yeah, Long Island's, sure.
Absolutely fucking not.
The last time I had a Long Island was at a TGI Fridays, and the bottom of the glass stuck to the table, and the rest of the glass came up, and I ended up wearing it. So I'm kind of personally not a huge fan.
Fair.
Can it be red drink?
Oh my god.
The game's equivalent
Your
of red drink.
sugariest, reddest alcoholic beverage, please.
The Winnie special.
It's just gonna come out in a giant bowl with 3 straws.
It is,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
perfect. Sugar on the
I love
rim.
that.
Okay, so hear me out. It's like a zombie, right? It comes out in a big
Oh,
communal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
big communal
Bowl,
bowl like that. But the closest thing, regrettably, that I can compare it to for red drink, Fireball.
I was about to say Fireball.
Oh.
I knew it.
That is
Yep.
an unreasonable amount of fireball, though.
Yeah, it's not pure Fireball, but it's mostly Fireball
It's
type
got that.
stuff.
It's got that cinnamon in it. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do like cinnamon.
Yeah.
It feels very incongruous with what we're doing and where we currently are, but I'm here for it.
Beautiful.
I know this is cyberpunk. Are there paper napkins? Or
Yes,
paper
yeah, they're
napkins?
definitely paper napkins of some variety.
Disposable. Napkins.
I am
Yeah.
going to draw 10 eyes. It's the Pictionary version of what just happened down there, and it is a lot of arrows. And it's like the basic, like there's like a server over here, and then like a bunch of different like individual servers, networks, little computers, data devices, and then just a big fucking beholder in the middle. But like a circle around it with like data written on it. I'm just gonna slap it in the middle of the table.
Vertigo, what exactly am I looking at?
Okay.
I second that.
No, I understand. It's art. It's fine.
Art
I'll-
is one word I'd use.
I'll make sure to frame it after and hang it in my apartment.
Okay, so you've done drugs, right? Right. So imagine
No.
taking propaganda and information and what's that little mushroom? No, don't worry about it.
What are you?
Give it the shape of a beholder that's working for with under chroma.
So
Something bad has already kicked off, and they're using all of our data and trying to shape a narrative without anyone knowing. What does this look? Why?
So this, and I'll tap the drawing of the beholder,
Yeah.
is the
yeah, yes.
AI hypothetical question you asked earlier.
Yes. Yes. See? Yes. Perfect.
Is there a reason why it looks like a beholder?
I don't think I asked that question.
Is it dead?
I think because it sees everything. Do beholders see everything? It sees a lot.
Is it dead? Has it been
We tried
deleted?
some of the servers. So impossible to say right this moment.
Jesus.
Vertigo, if you would like to make an intellect task of a challenge 4 to attempt to suss out why this might have appeared as a beholder, you can.
I would actually love that. And I believe I did roll last time to determine if it was like gone, and the answer was, you don't know.
I do seem to recall that, yes.
Yeah. You might have phrased it a little differently, but
Right, yeah.
It's data. Data can go a lot of places.
Yeah,
It can. It can be backed up.
yeah.
Mm.
You can have like
Yeah, no,
5
It
of
can
them.
be
Eva-
duplicated.
7. I'm not adding anything, right? It's 17.
17 will surely do it, yes. So
Vertigo
based
dice.
on two things, one being the general aura, the vibe, the personality of this thing you interacted with, and the other was the vast amount of computing power it was able to just churn through. This was a beholder because it was actually a beholder. This was a You're not fully sure how it was done, but they basically took the mind of a beholder and digitized it. So it is all the processing power, all of the paranoia, and all of the absolutely world-bending, like genius class intellect of a beholder as software.
I'm gonna take a very deep drink of my beverage.
It's spicy.
I'm gonna cough a little bit because that was a big pull for something that's spicy. Okay, look. It sounds unhinged, but it might have actually been a beholder at one point. Still, I don't know. It's above my pay grade, but it is what was an actual beholder. And it wanted to be disrupted, which I think we did a pretty good job of.
I'd imagine a grenade would do that, yes.
Thanks, Erastus. That was a pretty great grenade. Don't
thank me.
But it, among other things, that was why I couldn't leave.
It wanted
Sorry,
to
I was
be...
told not to leave.
Why did it want to be disrupted?
I believe it didn't appreciate the lack of respect it was getting.
I can
among other
relate.
things. I mean, in short. But it was doing a lot of information gathering without being told why or to what purpose. And
Okay.
that means that was an exceptionally on a scale of tools that one might use, it seems to me like that's a little bit of a big gun. And it also said that the plan's already, this wasn't information gathering before someone decided to do something. It is already going.
Happening.
Like it's all, yes, yeah. And I don't think as look, it was a it was an AI folder.
No, I get that.
That sounds like, look, I can't even say it out loud. That is unhinged. But if that is not like part of their end goal, like they don't need it. That's not, that doesn't bode well.
At some point during Vertigo's like explanation, Erastus actually took out an honest to God like notebook and pen and was just started making notes in it.
Like a cop?
You say that out loud?
No.
Yeah, well, paper and pen can't be hacked, so
That was exactly why I used the napkin too. I'm just saying, not beating the allegations.
Shut up.
Look, okay. The purpose here was to unite everyone and to eliminate divisiveness, which sounds great on paper in a very impractical and I can't think of any good way of doing that. Of course, I don't have all that knowledge. Maybe I should have asked other questions, but like that was like the quote unquote goal of everything was uniting.
Of course it was.
Regardless.
I don't.
It's very suspicious on many fronts. That, and also the fact that a big corporation was hiding and covering this data and assumedly sponsoring, and any organization that's going to name themselves over a historically negative group such as the Red Presence doesn't raise
Chromacore. Yeah,
doesn't raise any green flags.
No, it sure doesn't.
I don't get paid.
I don't. Okay, so it is. Let's see.
I did send off a report suggesting
To
that
who? About what?
my job. It was very
Just now?
on the train. Do you want me to read it out to you? It's not incriminating whatsoever.
That would be kind of nice, actually. Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. And Erastus will pull out his tablet again and like pull up and basically turn it to you for y'all to read. So I'll read it out to the group. Subject: suspicious etherweb activity / recalled Chromacore report. Priority level high. At approximately time on date, an anonymous report was submitted to the preside through official channels about suspicious and unusual etherweb traffic. Concerns were in regard to the volume of data being transmitted as well as not being viewable due to encryption. The report was immediately recalled and removed from preside databases by an outside party. Contractor Magnus Blackburn reconstructed the report as accurately as possible and traced the recall to insert the address. Blackburn was unable to determine why or how the report was withdrawn, but was able to ascertain that it was recalled by the company Chromacore. A copy of the reconstructed report has been provided in the appendix. Preside Erastus Bredenfeld visited the suspicious address on date at approximately insert time. At the address was a single-story workshop near a residential sector. The business appeared to be an automotive garage from the exterior. Upon approach, gunfire could be heard from within. Due to safety concerns, there was no further investigation by the preside. Recommended actions: assign etherweb and technological personnel supported by physical tactical support for further investigation.
Being Blackburn.
What did you say, Eva?
Oh, I said fucking Blackburn.
Yeah.
But I would have muttered it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, well, that's not so bad. But does this sound like anything anyone else? Does it?
Alex, in all the time that I've been I'm sure I haven't been working on like etherweb regulation for my entire career, but I have been doing it for at least a couple years. Anything similar happened in the past in regards to what we just experienced?
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that conjuring essentially intelligences into the etherweb space is a rapidly growing magical technology practice.
Yeah.
You would in fact know one of the architects of this particular practice, at least by reputation.
Right.
And perhaps by interview. That said, the specific application of taking something like a beholder, shunting it into the astral plane to churn propaganda is that's new. That's novel.
This is mostly new. There's been similar, but not to this degree. At least in my experience.
Eris, I don't think we sorted out what. Did you get what you needed out of visiting that warehouse?
Let's just say I left with some questions answered, but a lot more questions gained.
So enlightening.
You know what? That's fair.
I think thinking back, I think Eris would actually, speaking of, I think she'd probably think back to the conversation that was had while Eris and Vertigo were quote unquote auditing the server.
Absolutely.
Given what she heard from the elf elder down there, what would there be? Is there any inclination that, like, I'm trying to think if she can, like, actually either glean something from what he said, like either perspective wise, or even just like cross references. She heard anything, even like benign news wise, about anything that may sort of fit what was mentioned there, even something, anything, even the smallest detail she can think of.
Interesting. Gosh. Okay, let's see. It mentioned a kind of a figure that you'd not heard of before, but that could potentially be a lead, something called the Accuser. So that you don't necessarily know what that is, but you could ask around. It seemed to be some kind of a entity. So that's one thing. As far as perspective goes, the elf, if I remember correctly, shared with you some not uncommon views of the city. That its power structures are inhospitable to the people who live there, and there is a degree of hostility towards the idea of living in a world where you are governed by something like an immortal dragon or a sphinx. These are not uncommon concerns, or at least not uncommon. It's not uncommon to hear these ideas appear in one way or another.
Okay.
As far as whether or not this intersects with local news, nothing that hits you as such. Nothing quite links off the top of your head to any recent news you've seen.
Okay. Well, hey, a lead's a lead, and she'll take it. So, Eris will sort of take a swig of the drink. Sort of looking at it, it's spicy. I did hear something interesting when myself and Vertigo were down there. One of the people that we were busy fending off at the end mentioned something about someone known as the Accuser. Now, I don't know what exactly that could mean. Could be a person, could be a thing, it could be anything, but they spoke of it with some degree of importance. It clearly means something, quite a lot to them, I would say. So, that's one avenue of exploration if you want to take this further.
All right, so the Accuser. I'd like to know more about Chroma Core.
That also did strike me as quite strange. What business they would have getting in bed with those people, those fellows in red.
Also, why that imagery?
The beholder imagery?
No, I mean, if you digitize a beholder, I suppose you're going to get something that... My god, is that just what Pokemon are on the inside? Anyway, no, the red presence, imagery. Like, why not make your own? That's a specific callback.
I don't know. Well, they're not the only ones calling themselves that. There's a band that's been calling themselves the Red Presence as well, but I don't know. It's dramatic.
Like a musical band?
Hmm?
Like a musical band?
Musical band.
Also not good timing.
They've been established for a little bit.
Yeah, this is a touring metal band.
Yeah, outside of everything else, it is a good name, like without the,
Connotations,
context.
but
The historical connotation is a large...
You can't escape it. Like, it's
a big footprint in Zenith history.
Yeah.
She's Eris sort of mutters under her breath, "You don't know the half of it."
Is there much we else needed to talk about here? I'm gonna be honest, I would like to get home.
No, same. I need to check on the dogs.
I agree. Although it was nice drinking with you all. Finally.
Erastus took like one drink before making a face of just like, nope, not having more of that.
We should probably meet in a couple days. See what we've come up with.
Agreed.
Erastus will jot his number down on like a couple napkins. Actually, just for Eris. Vertigo already has my number, so.
Mm-hmm.
And slide it
Oh yeah,
over.
I guess I would do the same.
Yeah, I think Eris will do the same for both Vertigo and Erastus.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There is one thing I want to do before I leave, Alex.
Sure.
This will be
What is
something just as I'm walking out the door. I don't stick around for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to write my phone number again on a napkin and like just sign it as E. Bring it to the bar. I write my phone number, E, and then just write, I'd like to schedule like a meeting and have a drink sent over with the note to Desiday. And then I'm fucking off.
Absolutely. Sure thing. You send a note and whatever this individual's usual is.
Correct.
Over to the corner table.
Do not stick around.
All right. Sick. Then 3 things happen before we will cut to break. Erastus will be last chronologically. Let's start with Vertigo. Vertigo, for the sake of the narrative, for the vibe, if you will, you get caught up with something or other and are heading out the door slightly after Erastus before you are caught by Nikolov Rashka at the door. Vertigo, before you go, Desade would like to speak with you.
Yeah, sure. Up until now, I have not had any reason to be concerned about Desade, I imagine, right?
Yeah, no, you've worked before. She's sent you on jobs
Yeah.
before, and you've, picked up information and sold it to her, kind of freelance,
Yeah, sure.
as you do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll head over.
Yeah, you head on over. There is a large table in the center of... this person is not there at the moment. All right. In the center of the table, you do see a familiar sort of deep, dusky lavender drow sitting sort of in the center, flanked by a variety of members of the Drowned who are all sitting around chatting, some of them playing cards, some of them smoking. Some of them inhaling a sort of pressurized vapor from these little metal canisters. This is a substance called steam. You can use it to induce visions. And Desiree nods as you approach. Vertigo, good to see you again.
Good to see you. Good evening. How does it find you?
The evening finds me very well and only slightly confused. I was hoping you could clear something up for me.
It has been a day, but I will do my best.
Who is the Govey with you?
Man, Guppy would be a great derogatory term for government officials.
She holds up a
Erastus
napkin.
is a public figure.
He is. Is he a friend of yours?
Friend is a generous term, but we've worked together before.
I see. Well, to be clear, whoever your friends are is your business, and I trust you explicitly and implicitly. However, I am... Well, I suppose you could say paranoid. I don't like seeing the government in this house. And
You
I'm
don't
not...
get where you are without being cautious. I understand.
I don't mean to chastise you or anything of the sort. I wouldn't dream of it, but I have to ask.
I understand. I doubt you'll be seeing him here again.
He wants to meet, so unfortunately, I'm afraid I will be seeing him again.
Well, I apologize for inconveniencing you. I was unaware that was part of his plan tonight.
Look, just assure me that you weren't talking about any of our business, and if I end up having to ice him, I won't have to spread it to you.
No. No. We were discussing other matters that I can't imagine overlap with yours.
Oh, good to know. He seems, well behaved, if nothing else.
Impeccable manners.
I hope he's not trying anything or fishing for any dirt, but I suppose we'll all find out where this leads, won't we?
In my experience, Erastus pays his debts and has never made a bad deal.
Both qualities I admire. Look forward to meeting him then.
I would like to hold my hand out to someone who is not using Steam, unless we're gonna make the night very interesting. For a cigarette before I leave.
A lizard folk, sort of reminiscent of like a Gila monster with the black and orange, sort of wearing almost like an Outlander outfit, almost Western inspired.
They're my favorite, and I would die for them.
Hands you a cigarette and like snaps and lifts up one finger that now has a tiny flame on the end of it and holds it up to light the cigarette.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
And then, presuming I have been dismissed, I will head on out.
You head on out slightly after Eris, who we will hop to next. Eris, on your way out of the Electric Church, it is a bit of a walk for you to get anywhere. And, well, actually, where are you headed?
I think she'd probably start heading back to the old quarter, at least the historic district.
Excellent.
She probably would take a look back at the Electric Church's neon sign, specifically at the Enuma Elish logo.
Yeah.
Just give it like a brief little chuckle. I'm just like,
Mhm.
oh, Vesper, what would you think if you were here?
This is divine, because speaking of, on your way out of the Electric Church, and fortunately in your way towards the old quarter, there is a break in the seemingly interminable line of buildings. And sort of on a sort of tucked away almost in an alley, you walk by a site that you've seen before, and always, well, I won't presume to know how you feel about it, but you walk by a enormous, beautiful mural of Vesper and Grace. It's just both of their faces, these side profiles, and writings in the Drow language, sort of flanking the two faces. There are a few candles and just kind of miscellaneous little objects. It's a small communal altar of sorts. It is simultaneously a site of religious devotion for some individuals who still have association with Enuma Elish and the Drow community as a whole. And you see Loxodon in black robes leading something.
What exactly does he leave? Just curious. Yeah.
This individual, she leaves, I would say, like a small votive, a small lit candle.
I think as the Loxodon would walk away, I think Eris would sort of pause, see the mural, offer a bit of a wry chuckle before heading up to the mural a little bit. They'd probably take something out of the folds of their dress. It's something that they'd had on their person probably for a little bit. They probably have known about this. Had been meaning to come, but things sort of got in the way. Should probably leave two small flowers. I'm trying to think what the most appropriate flower, but I guess I'd probably say either if there was like a flower related to like the Enuma Elish faith, I'd say she'd probably leave two flowers for those.
Sure.
Although I see one flower of those, and I think one flower for the Lulth faith, I think, because I know Grace was...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In that case, you would somehow have been carrying around with you an orchid of some kind and a spider lily.
Good to see you again. So sort of tap the wall of the mural. You'll never guess what I saw a couple minutes ago. She'll sort of spend some time sort of talking to the mural, regaling it with stories, events, especially the events of what just happened. They'd also probably offer some interesting impressions about Erastus and Vertigo, especially how they remind Eris a lot about Eris herself and Vesper. You would have really loved to meet them. She sort of just kisses her hand, touches the mural one last time. I'll come by again soon. before heading off on our way back.
You head off on your way back. And briefly, almost as if out of the corner of your eye, you see something. Like a man dressed in white, wrapped in bandages. And as soon as you look, he's gone.
Really must be getting up in old age then.
We will now cut a couple of hours later. Let's get some different kind of music going.
You don't want club music playing in the background?
Not for this one, yeah.
As long
Alright,
as
guess
it's
we
not
can listen.
Omni.
Unfortunately, it is.
Fuck me!
Erastus
Gonna
Brown
say, Mayor.
God, this is like the
tempting
song,
fate?
DM.
It unfortunately, all these years
It's
later,
such a good
still
song,
kind of
though.
is.
It will be the song for a long time.
It will.
Thank you, Ombre Juan.
Erastus, you find yourself tossing and turning tonight. You are unable to get good rest. It's one of those nights where you fall asleep early and then you wake up at 3 in the morning and you're unable to get back to sleep. A face lingers in your mind. It calls to you in a way, pulling you upwards, outwards, in a strange way that you can't quite explain. At the same time, it fills you. And at the same time, it leaves you feeling a tremendous, vacuous emptiness. The rush of energy and thought and emotion pulls you out of bed. And as you begin to pace, something begins to settle in your gut. You begin having thoughts, ones I can't even begin to attempt to describe, because even if Erastus were to try and communicate them, it would only come out as nonsense. You are struck internally by something that all at once consumes you and yet cannot be communicated. You have entered the path. You may take 4 experience points and add Cypher 99 to your inventory.
Okay. Do I get anything else of an explanation other than that?
Aside from tremendous love sickness and potentially a newfound purpose in life, no.
What the fuck does the path mean?
That's great. Hopefully you'll find more people on it.
The fuck? Okay then. I'm gonna mull this over.
Mm-hmm. All right, folks, and that is where we are going to hit our midstream break for the night. Get up, pet your pets, say hi to your loved ones, pet your loved ones, say hi to your pets, eat dinner.
Take your meds.
I don't know. Take your meds. We're going to be back in 5 to 10 minutes. We'll catch you all in a bit.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Zenith 3000, episode 2. We can hop right back into it, I believe. We will pick up on a relatively average morning, 3 days after the 3 of you found yourself in an altercation in the industrial sector, and you debriefed each other at a local establishment known as the Electric Church. We'll begin with Eris. How do you get your news?
It's generally a combination of things. Usually she doesn't trust usually one news source. But she usually gets it from different reports that come in through the web, or even just gossip that she hears on the streets itself. It's just she tends to cast a wide net when it comes to getting her news.
All right. In that wide net, I assume is at least one kind of like bigger news corporation of some kind?
Yes, most likely, yeah.
All right, sick. Then this morning, whether it is through your TV as you get up and get ready to hit the road, or whether it is on your cell phone as you're on the public transit catching up, you get a live news update from the Zenith Chronicle Network. Breaking news. Crowds gathered along the northern causeway this morning as Thraxamundar, who melts the earth, CEO of Chromacore and chief economic advisor to the Preside, made his return to the megalopolis for the first time in over 3 months. Witnesses report the Orange Dragon's approach was visible for nearly 20 minutes before landing at the Magisterial Tower executive pad, his massive silhouette cutting across the dawn sky like a second sunrise. "I've lived here for 40 years and I've never seen him fly," said one onlooker who wished to remain anonymous. "You forget what we're dealing with until you see something that large moving through the air." Security cordons were established across 7 city blocks as a precautionary measure. The Preside issued a statement thanking citizens for their cooperation and reminding the public that Thraxamundar's presence represents stability and continued prosperity for all of Zenith. Chromacore stock rose 12% in morning trading. This is the first confirmed sighting of Thraxamundar since the recent unrest in the Sprawl. The Preside has not commented whether or not his return is connected to the ongoing investigations concerning illegal propaganda networks.
Well. Quite the big shot to come back so suddenly.
Let me drop that name in the group chat.
Hey, thanks.
Also, if you can drop the whole news report if you have it typed up.
Sure do.
Yeah, if you can also maybe put that as well, that'd be great. Thank you. I want to definitely look at that later.
I'll make a
I'll
thought for that also.
I'll drop that in later because I made some edits on the fly, particularly with the name. And I've lost my fucking notes. There we go.
Thraxamundar.
I've lost my Zoom.
Pokemon name or antidepressant?
Nailed it.
Somehow a combination of both. It's a Magic the Gathering card.
Honestly, I could see it.
I had a feeling it was like a Magic the Gathering card.
Yeah.
Thraxamundar.
I'm just imagining that thing, like, when you said that, like, oh, I've never seen him fly. I'm just thinking of oh Lord, he coming.
That's exactly the energy. 100%. Anyway, Eris, where are you headed off to this morning?
So, Eris is once again on public transport. This time heading towards another sector of the city that's not where we went last time. It's sort of in the opposite direction from the factories, I'd say. Yeah, it's probably one that is more familiar to Erastus, considering it's pretty much where Erastus lives. But if you were to get a good look at Eris, one would realize that that doesn't look like the same person who we saw yesterday, or at least a few days ago. I'm sorry. No, this Eris is, or this person, I should say. This person is a youthful human figure. Looking, I'd say maybe about early to like mid-20s, I'd say. Mid-20s, fairly decently fairly decently tall, I'd say. Not also aided by some like very, very expensive looking stilettos. She's wearing a sort of a what I can only describe as probably the most like expensive haute couture dress imaginable. Like I'm talking like off the shoulder and like doing like some asymmetrical pattern type shit. It is so like high fashion forward that like it is beyond the reach of like mortal men. or at least men of means. She has like chiseled features, a strong sort of gaze, deep blue eyes, and like almost like auburn chestnut like hair. She sort of sits, her legs demurely crossed, as she sort of looks at the news reports on her phone. Eventually, she'll get up as at her stop, exit the train, and sort of with the sort of click clack of her stilettos marking her footfalls, make her way over and ring the doorbell to one household.
Yeah. Question: what time of day are you coming by?
Around brunch, I'd say.
Okay, so like late morning.
Yeah.
Erastus does live in an apartment, so you do need to head up there. It's not penthouse, but it's definitely well away from like, you know, street sounds. There is a brief wait before you eventually hear the own clopping of hooves on wooden floors before Erastus opens the door. He is not dressed in his work attire, but definitely like loose clothing of like a button down, not tucked in, long pants, hair unbraided and a little disheveled from just not needing to be presentable. And as you're standing there, there is a look of confusion. Kiara, darling, what are you doing here?
Oh, I mean, like, I had to check up on you, especially after, you know, like, you can tell she definitely doesn't want to say it out loud, but you get an idea of what she's referring to.
I appreciate it. Did you want to come in?
I mean, I'd hope so, especially she does hold up a bag. I brought brunch.
Yeah. Then they'll just step away from the door, open it up a little more for you to come in. Did you want coffee, tea?
Tea, please.
Okay. And then, have you ever been here before?
I'd say Kiara has been here probably a few times. Maybe like,
yeah,
I'd say at most 2, maybe 3.
I feel like those were also very spontaneous times too, because they didn't live together. They had separate residences.
Right, yeah.
So it's like definitely third wheeling.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he'll let you in and just head over to a very clean, chrome, light colors type of kitchen. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about with the very open apartments vibes, and just begin taking out a couple plates and putting on some hot water. There's a tea chest right there if you want to grab one. Sorry, I wasn't expecting anyone over this morning, so...
I mean, that's kind of the point of a surprise, is that you don't expect it.
How are you doing?
I've been better. You know, I mean, I can only imagine how you're feeling. I don't want to, like, you know, but, yeah.
I could be better. And, like, he kind of distracts himself by taking down a mug, getting utensils. I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to navigate this conversation with you. We were never close, and this was a surprise. So...
Well, I mean, yeah, I know, but I have a feeling that Ambrose would be like, "Oh my god, what are you doing if you're not going to be like checking up on him?" Like, I feel like he'd be like cursing me out if he like saw me like not do that. So here I am.
There's just like a very small quirk of a smile. Thanks. I know we didn't really talk a lot, but I don't know.
Well, yeah. And she'll sort of plop the brunch down on your little coffee table or like little small dining table, whatever you have.
I'm feeling like we're just setting up like at the counter, like with the bar, the brunch stools or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, the bar stools, yeah.
Is there enough for two, or is it just one brunch?
There definitely is enough for two.
Yeah.
Kiara's not that vapid.
Okay. No, I just wanted it, so I'm definitely like begin divvying up and puts out 2 plates. And for comparison, Abhishek, Erastus is much less put together. Definitely very tired looking, bags under the eyes, not wearing makeup like you saw the other day when so like the full extent of like how tired and exhausted and stressed he looks is very apparent. But yeah, they'll pull up next to you and just like begin picking at the brunch that you brought him.
Like sort of as she also starts to eat a little bit, so she'll sort of hand on her chin, sort of look at you. So, anything interesting happening lately?
Just work and trying to. There's a pause, trying to figure out what to say to Kiara, just because Kiara, in Erastus's experience, tends to have loose lips. So there's just a long pause before they try to figure out what they want to say. I've been trying to look into things for personal and work reasons. You know, work.
Come on, you gotta have something other than work. I mean, like, I know you're like all big on work, but like, you gotta have some fun.
I guess I went to the club for the first time.
Stop. No, you?
I didn't club, it was more of a meeting.
Baby steps, but eventually we'll get you there. So, how was it? Come on. I need all the deets.
The drink had too much cinnamon.
Ooh, those get really spicy. I really like those.
It was a communal bowl of drinks, and I did not like it.
Communal? Ooh.
They just give you a look. It's like a fishbowl.
Yeah, but that's like the fun about it.
The music was a bit too loud, but not bad.
Okay.
I feel like that's just how clubs are.
You get used to it. Besides, there are some good ones. There are a couple good DJs out there lately that I've been keeping my eye on.
And, that's really the only thing. Oh, my, you remember Julie, right?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah.
My assistant, one of my assistants. I'm sure you'll get a kick out of this. She gave me a civilian-grade grenade the other day.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
She gave me a grenade.
How did she even get her
Don't know.
hands on that?
I don't know.
Wait, do you still have it? I kind of want to see it.
I do not. It has been properly disposed of.
Oh, you're no fun.
You already knew this about me, Kiara. Not everyone can be a live wire like you. Also, I'm almost twice your age. I'm a little older.
Oh. You know what they say. Age shouldn't be a limiting factor. I mean, fun can be had by all people. And besides, I feel like deep down beneath that hard shell of an exterior of a workaholic that you are, lies a little center of someone who really just wants to get out and do their thing, have some fun. Come on, I know you want to. And she's like poking you at this point, like.
And there's just a little like poke. The thing is, I did my partying like 20 years ago, while I was in college. It's not that I didn't do it. It's just that I'm not doing it in this decade.
But parties are always fun.
How about
no matter
this?
what the age.
I don't have a lot of ins with parties, so if you want me to come to a party, I guess I can come to a party. But you have to...
Yay!
Oh my god. I will try. I make no promises.
That is all I ask.
Just text me. I think you still have my number.
I do, yeah.
And, I'll see what I can do.
This could be so much fun.
Just no music venues or with artists or anything.
Okay. All right, we can acclimate you slowly. Well, all right, I got some ideas cooking up. Gives like a little chuckle, and before like.
None that are hosted by artists.
All right, fine. All right.
I don't want to.
I get it.
I don't want to run into any of Rosie's coworkers and have some awkward conversations.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I'll do my best.
I don't know if you have like an influencer or something.
Oh, you want an influencer? I've got plenty of those on speed dial.
That's what I thought. And that way I can just stay in the corner and...
Oh, that's not gonna... No. If you're coming to one of the parties with me, you are definitely making the rounds.
Okay. Okay, sure. Just give me a proper heads up and not dump it on me the day of or the day before.
Oh, no, I will. Trust me. And besides knowing you, I have a feeling you're gonna need some assistance to look party ready.
I think, yes.
Oh, I can't wait. This is gonna be so much fun. I think she'll sort of finish up eating, drink some of her tea.
And Erastus has resigned himself to their fate.
She has like the biggest like shit-eating grin on her face. So yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I can. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And next time, can you just give me a heads up you're coming over?
All right, fine.
Not that I didn't enjoy the company, but I'd like to be in something a little more than just my weekend clothes.
All right, fine. I'll do that next time.
Thanks. There's just
sort of look at that. Ooh.
You got somewhere to be?
Yeah, I have a shoot later today, so I gotta get going soon.
All right. And like he'll stand up with her as well, and just like there's a brief moment, and then like there's like a brief hesitation, but at a moment for a second they like place his hand on your shoulder, and if I know you were close to Rosie too, and if you need anything, just let me know, okay?
So sort of put her other hand on yours, like, thanks, I appreciate it. And same to you. If you ever want to talk or anything.
Yeah. But no, go get going before you're late.
Yeah, don't worry. They literally can't start without me, so I can be as late as I want, technically. So,
go.
But I'd rather not keep them too late.
Go.
All right. Fine. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Vertigo, what's next on the docket?
Vertigo is lounging at home in a very much like college student preparing for finals sort of way. Like, this is not like a professional like noir detective desk setup. This is pillow on the floor, a large tablet on her left, smaller tablet in front of her, papers to her right, 3 beverages on the floor, possibly some snacks. The snacks are kind of tucked under her arm so that the 2 large dogs that are mostly lounging on the other side of the room, but will sometimes come over to investigate. And they are... Oh my god. Doberman Pinscher-esque.
Yes.
I feel like there's a little bit of the uncanny just given the situation.
Yeah, for sure.
But otherwise this is a pretty spacious, well lit, I'd say condo. And I think she has sent off a group text message, well, a while ago, because I don't want to speak for how fast anyone has replied, but, hey, completely wrong voice, excuse me.
Hey, Winnie. Wow. What's Winnie doing here?
Winnie, wait, huh?
Hey, guys. It's me, Winnie.
Hey, so in the interest of efficiency, what are you all focusing on for research? And I'll go in a different direction if need be. Is there a reply to that?
There is. I think you maybe...
Okay.
Did you send like a first message? Like, I'm going to research some stuff about what happened, right? And like, did you send like a first message about research at all? Or is this the first message we're getting?
No, because they absolutely assumed that like the conversation at the Electric Church counted as that, like, oh, hey, we're all doing this, right?
Even though no one
like, we
said
did
anything.
all sort of agree that like more information would be better. I don't think anyone explicitly said, yes, Vertigo, I will help you research.
Yeah, with that text message, there is a, you see the little ... of Erastus typing. And you eventually get a message saying, I didn't realize everybody was going to continue looking into this. It sends, and then there's a little more typing. But I can see what I can find out about Chroma Core through government channels.
Vertigo invents the Zenith version of the white guy blinking gif. Solid like 3-minute gap of time before. Thank you, Erastus. Appreciate it. And then she hits send. Stares at the dogs. Fucking useless. And I think Vito, having volunteered his services to help in whatever way I needed that he could justifiably do, is going to be my first stop.
Excellent. You going to visit him in person?
Yes. Yes. If he has a little capitalist hovel I can visit, I would love to.
That's not exactly how I would describe it, but yes, you can make your way over to Vito. As established in session 1, this
and I'll take some, like, puffy book, like, kids stuff or something.
Oh!
Yes,
little gift
absolutely.
for the kiddos. It seems rude to go empty-handed.
Kids deserve to be spoiled sometimes.
This is delightful. I'm so excited.
Give the kids the most annoying toys for the parents.
Yes.
Absolutely. The, like, baby's first xylophone and baby's first drum. There's 2, right? 2 kids?
Yes, 2 kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I gotta have different things, right?
Yeah. Yeah, one is like a newborn and one is like 2.
Yeah.
The keyboard that meows, that's shaped like a cat.
Right.
Oh my god, yes. The cat keyboard and then the dog guitar. Because there was 2 of them. Yep.
And this is a devil. He knows exactly the kind of language that you're speaking here, and he respects it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You go to essentially Zenith Target and pick up the 2 most annoying items you can find made for children.
Yes.
And do you have a car?
No. Car service, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
For specific situations.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Then you could either hail one of the autonomous vehicles that patrol the streets of Zenith, or you could hop in the train with your packages. Either way, you find yourself heading towards the city center, a veritable jungle of skyscrapers, all concrete and glass. Along the way, you pass truly one of the marvels of architecture and engineering that has ever been constructed. You pass the Magisterial Tower, an enormous, jagged, blue-green, crystalline thing. It almost doesn't look like a building at all, more of a jagged rock kind of thrust upward from the earth. At one point, you had heard that was all it was. It was a large crystal, essentially. Now it is covered in copper wiring and mechanisms and various technological enhancements. As the train barrels towards the city center, it takes a wide berth around this building because you know that reality itself warps pretty regularly around the Magisterial Tower. You progress further in and find yourself soon after at the base of a luxurious apartment building. And you ride the elevator after being vetted by multiple security checkpoints and having your packages inspected but unopened. You take a lush red and gold elevator all the way to the top. An elevator attendant, a tall, slim, stern, older wood elf man stands there in a full suit and white gloves, kind of standing there with hands clasped. Says nothing as you enter, says nothing as you leave, presses the button and waits. And you soon find yourself at the very top of this enormous tower with only 2 double doors and a doorbell standing in front of you. You ring the doorbell and are greeted.
No.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Excellent. What do you do?
No, if I don't hear anything through the door, look, I might be an asshole bringing like loud baby toys, but you also don't ring a doorbell with newborns. So
True.
Yeah. I'm going to just message Vito that I am here, and maybe do a light knock. But yeah, I'm going to be respectful of if there's any indication, if I have any thought that like the kids like might be, because sometimes like they could be there, could not. I don't know.
Excellent. You text and Vito tells you to hold on a moment, and probably about 5 minutes pass. But eventually the door does open and Vito the Deal Devil appears to you. He is tall, maybe 6'2", not counting his horns. He's got this almost gleaming or almost reflective, like vibrant scarlet skin and these piercing yellow cat-like eyes. His tail reaches up almost to the base of his skull and sort of twirls around in an aimless, relaxed fashion, ending with an arrowhead-like point. He's got these 2 impressive horns that come out of his forehead and almost go straight up before curling back slightly at the top. Long black hair that's kind of tied back. He's in a white shirt, sleeves rolled up, and black pants and suspenders. Vertigo, good to see you. Here, come in. To what do I have the pleasure?
I enter. Yeah, we need to have a little chat about the job, my guy.
I see.
Also
Well-
here, these are the kiddos.
He takes one look at it, and then he looks right back at you like, I see what you're doing. A fine and respectable offering. Good on you,
I
Vertigo
thought
Madigan.
you'd like that.
Here, well, I won't be a poor host. Would you like to say hi to the kids? Would you like to say hi to Callie?
Oh.
You would know Callie is his wife, Caldera the Tiefling, who is always bundled up in as many clothes as she can find and constantly casting fire spells on herself to keep herself warm.
I love that. I would love to.
I do believe you do recognize this individual from Tolis. You are brought into. First of all, you probably have been to. You have been to Vito's place before, but nevertheless, every time you go, it does strike you just how opulent and kind of incredible his living situation is at this penthouse suite in the middle of the city center. There are these wide, tall windows that look out to a balcony, and then from there out to the entire city. The whole place is decorated in black granite, sort of red velvet and gold. There are fireplaces and various kind of TVs and modern technologies everywhere. The kitchen is enormous. There's a full bar stocked with just about everything you could imagine. Interestingly enough, now is probably the first time you have seen it. Also, featuring just little kid stuff. You walk past the open door to a nursery that is, as expected, a mess, to an extent. And in the middle of the living room, you see a little 2-year-old Cambion tiefling, sort of toddling around in like a sky blue like t-shirt that you're like, that's gonna be too short in about like 3 weeks. And then a small little infant wrapped up in blankets being held by a young sort of dark navy blue tiefling with purple eyes, again bundled up in about as many sweaters as you could imagine being on a person at one time. Vertigo, it's so good to see you.
I love what you've done with the place. Oh,
Thank you.
oh, everyone looks so happy and healthy, and oh, so cute. I brought some presents. I'm afraid I do also have to talk business, but I'm very happy to see you all doing so well.
I'm happy to see you too. One day when you're done with your business, let us know. We'll have you over and have dinner. Oh, I don't think... Here, this is... And she introduces you to 2-year-old young Mephisto and infant little Asmo.
I will crouch down and introduce myself to Mephisto, who I'm sure does not give a shit, but that's
Not
neither
particularly.
here nor there. I would love to have a social call at some point. We absolutely must set that up.
Yes, we really should. Well, I won't keep you for business, and someone is getting hungry, so I will leave you to it. But it was good seeing you again, and let me know when you're free. I'll have you by. We'll cook steaks or something.
Wonderful. Okay, take care. Take care of your mom, okay?
He kind of reaches out at you. You are.
I will
Okay.
do like a little like spin, like pick him up, spread him around, like drop him back down. Not drop him. Not drop.
Yeah,
Set
sure.
him back down. To be clear. And I'm going to smile, and then I am going to turn and look at Vito and say, what the fuck did you get us into?
It was important. Come, let's talk.
Yeah, let's. And I'll follow him into a more appropriate, I assume, business type room.
You are brought into the office of Vito the Deal Devil. From here, you see a variety of things. Notably, this is where most of, it seems, the infernal artifacts that Vito is in possession of are stored. This ranges everything from small little black obelisks and carvings of devils and demons to ritual scrolls and magic swords and the type of shit you would expect to see here. Vito, for his part, sits behind a large carved rosewood desk. So I understand you have concerns about the scope of the work.
That's good phrasing. Yeah, let's start with that.
What are your concerns, and what can I do to alleviate them?
I think some more information would be beneficial.
All right. What do you have in mind? I'll tell you what I can, but you of all people know there's some things I can't say. Speaking of the devil, you know.
Yes, sure. I can appreciate that. To be clear, I have not seen that news bulletin, right?
Which one, about Thraxamundar?
Yes.
If you're on your phone at any point, you probably have.
Okay.
It's being published by Zenith Chronicle Network, which is the city's largest major news network. So yeah, you.
ZCN, sure.
Yeah, ZCN.
Absolutely.
You can't. Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with. What can you tell me about the Red Presence?
The old one or the new one?
How relevant is the old one to the new one?
Spiritual ancestor, if you will. They use similar tactics. Their goals are similar, but not quite the same. They're not united under the same leader, if you will. The old one was led by a woman, Caroline, as she was known in this plane. And her goals were to ascend the throne of hell using the collective belief of the people here. The current one also intends to channel collective belief for the purposes of the Nine Hells.
With the same intent to elevate someone to the throne, or a new purpose? Also, you're talking about them. This is like a credible group. This new one. It's not just a couple of people making a jokey throwback name. This is like a thing.
Yes, this is a thing. The new one has a firmly material goal in mind. Its interests lie here, not in the realms of power in hell. Whereas Caroline used this place as a factory or a machine to grant her power elsewhere. this contemporary group is working on something here now.
Do we know what? Or
Let's pull a card.
Let's fucking go.
Yay.
Let's do it.
The Suspicious Hound. An indigo card. That's a good sign.
It is. Sorry.
Don't be suspicious.
No, that's
Don't-
good, Mara. You're like having the confirmation is not just sarcasm.
Indigo in the Invisible Sun system is actually about divining truths and information.
That's fitting.
Hi, can I convince everybody to play Invisible Sun? Well,
oh my
Alex
gosh!
looks
Exclamation
up.
mark!
gosh.
Apply.
I
It's
can
on you,
drop
I already
so much
applied.
lore.
Oh, fine. I'll do it.
I'm sorry.
I meant to
Oh,
do it at the beginning, and
no.
something threw me.
An NPC's poor judgment works to the benefit of the PC.
Yeah.
I like it.
PC benefit. Love to hear it.
Yep.
All right. Vito pauses. He seems to be considering his words carefully. The new group wants to manifest something new, something here. Connect the minds of the people who live here and use it to instance something like a deity. This is how the first Red Presence worked. I don't know what your history background is like, but at the time of the apocalypse, a real divine nature was summoned to the city, albeit temporarily. This new group is looking to do something similar. Manifest a divine entity, essentially.
When you say connect, you mean an actual linking of minds?
Not physically. It's not so
No.
ontological.
I know there's a plan to unite the people. But so you mean more belief system wise, more everyone working towards a common cause
Yes.
as opposed to a hive mind situation.
Precisely. As I understand it, the disparity in the minds of the people of the city is an important factor in this, the mission or the nature, perhaps, of the new entity.
That makes sense. If not everyone's working together, things slow down, you lose power. I can see the logic in that. Have you, old or new, have you heard of anyone in the group known as, or anything related to the group known as the Accuser?
I believe that is the thing they are trying to summon. They're trying to create, rather, I suppose.
You'll excuse me if I just need a little outside perspective. Is it just me, or is the Accuser sort of a kind of terrifying title for whatever they're trying to summon? Like, is there a world in which that is not like maybe there's a fun accuser that I have somehow not thought of?
The conventions of the Infernal will likely always appear as foreign to you, but no, I don't think there is any good universe in which the accuser exists. I want you to understand a few things, Vertigo Madigan. I'm working against my own kind here. If I'm being completely honest with you, it is in my best interest to sit back and watch as everything becomes something new. And I trust you. There are few individuals in your profession with the degree of tact and integrity needed to enter into this world without being swallowed up by it. And so I understand that I've asked you to do something that is incredibly dangerous, incredibly terrifying, and that would break most of the highly resolute men that I've ever known. But unfortunately, this is the situation in which we find ourselves. The moment demands this of us.
Lucky for you, Vito, I am not most men. And I do recognize that this situation is likely to disrupt both of our ways of life. And I'm with you. Is there anyone you can think of not part of the group you think might be able to give me more information on them?
More information on the Red Presence?
Honestly, even a weak member within the group. I would accept that too.
I have something of a lead. Do you listen to metal music by any chance?
Yeah, sure. It's top 5. Maybe 5, but...
Fair enough. Popular among my kind. There's a singer, an artist, an individual named Kane, Callum Kane. I don't know that if he's necessarily part of this group as a proper individual or just ideologically aligned. But if you're looking for an in with the group proper, he would be a good place to start.
Sounds like I need to round out my wardrobe then.
And
track him down.
Well, is there anything else?
No. Thank you for your time.
Of course. I'll be sending over some equipment your way when I can. Let me know if you have any particular needs in mind.
Thank you. You will be the first call I make.
Very good.
Take care of yourself,
Well.
Vito. I'll be in touch.
You too. Stay safe.
You too.
Vertigo Madigan, as you head out of the home of Vito the Deal Devil, You look that stern wood elf in the eyes. He presses that elevator button and ride down the dozens of floors it takes for you to approach the ground floor and get on with the rest of your day. Something burns a little bit inside you. A sort of lasting fire or a determination. Maybe it's something as simple as the will to not be broken. Or maybe it's something more entirely. You're not sure what it is. You're a storied and worldly individual. You've tried your fair share of substances. This almost feels like some of them. It's an invincibility. Everything you think feels the strongest, most potent thought. You step out of the elevator feeling like, if called upon, it would weary you. But you could fight a god. You can take 4 experience points, and you too have taken your first step onto the path.
Ooh. Does that stop me from remembering to thank the wood elf?
No, it does not.
Okay.
You can fight a god, but you're still polite about it.
Okay, good. But I'm also a dick to service staff now.
I did send a text message in response to Vertigo about looking into information. Could I make a roll to gather some information?
Sure, absolutely. What type of information would you like to get, and how would you like to get it?
So I essentially responded to Vertigo saying, "Hey, I'll look for what I can on my end." And essentially what I want to do is I want to look into one to see if people were sent out in response to my report, and first look at that and see what was reported or determined, but also just kind of using my internal resources and maybe greasing some fingers with some money to try and see if I can get any dirt on the Chroma Core and their relationship to the Red Presence and what we saw on that day a couple days ago.
Interesting. All right.
So there's going to be obviously the legal path to see if anyone actually went with my recommended actions on my report, and then the less legal side of looking deeper into files, maybe that from other preside that when we keep eyes on all of the etherweb traffic, what has gone on there, and so on and so forth.
So I'll say one of these things will be given to you because of just your profession and how you do.
Absolutely.
You will find out about what goes on with your report. With respect to your secondary activities of trying to collect more information on Chroma, that will be a card pull. Does that sound cool?
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Absolutely.
Yeah. It will succeed. It's just a matter of what are the secondary effects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem.
All right. So first of all, your report was followed up on, and it was followed up on in broadly the manner in which you suggested it would be.
Cool.
New Cypher donation. Sick. Does anyone have a empty slot?
Negative. Cypher sickness. Cypher sickness.
Cypher sickness.
Oh god,
all
cyber
right.
sickness. Oh no.
Let's fucking go.
We'll waive Cypher sickness for this point in the moment. Let me deal with Mare's stuff, and then we'll do a Cypher poll. I promise. And thank you, generous individual, for your donation, not only to the ciphers that these players can use to cause problems, but also Doctors Without Borders and the continued humanitarian work of living in a shared world. So, your first thing, yes, it was followed up, and it was followed up on broadly in the manner you suggested. A small team of essentially ZMP, Zenith Metropolitan Police, were dispatched to the garage in the outer sprawl.
Were the competent officers, and were there any actual tech-specific people that were included?
Yes, yeah, no, the ZMP, like any organization of even like any even halfway relevant and competent organization these days employs people who are referred to as spinners. These people are people who engage with the ether web in a deeper level. Often this involves some kind of extraplanar transport in which they actually go into the ethereal plane to navigate the ether web as a three-dimensional space in a way. You can think of them as like magic hackers.
Cool.
ZMP has plenty of these, and at least one was on the scene.
Cool.
So tactically, yes, and in terms of etherweb resource allocation, yes, you were followed up on, and this information has now kind of irrevocably entered into the system.
Good.
So that happened there. As far as trying to dig up information on Chroma and potentially using some not unscrupulous, but some enhanced methods of fact-finding.
Ethically dubious.
Yeah. We've pulled the blind guardian. That feels like a good omen for you.
I feel like it can go either way.
It really could be. Who's the guardian here? I don't know. Let's find out. Card number 16. Safety, impartiality, serenity, blindness, and challenge. Something happens behind the scenes.
Okay. Fair.
Broadly, you learn a couple of things. Actually, I'll say probably here. The most interesting thing you know is that one of the things that Thraxamundar, who melts the earth, is in town for is the hosting of, quote, the competition gala. This is something like a fashion show and a ownership class party. Think if everyone at the Met Gala was also a contestant in something.
Okay.
That's kind of the energy. Allegedly, ostensibly, this has to do with the culture of dragons and how they will group up and compete as a method of socialization. And this is Thraxamundar's method of bringing his culture into Zenith.
Okay.
And this is public knowledge. Everybody knows that the competition gala is going to occur. You can go on your favorite short form media platform and, see people preparing their outfits and people talking about what the guest list will be. So this is a known event. And I will say, through some digging, through some shady deals and some strange favors, you find two very unusual names on this guest list. You see the names of Apogee and Perigee.
All right. Thank you very much. Write that in my notebook.
That's probably the most actionable piece of information that you have. The rest you find is a complicated web of data and different partial bits of messaging and like weird little like half deleted bits of encrypted information that traces a sketchy and incomplete relationship between an organization that you can broadly understand as the Red Presence or a proto-Red Presence group from a few years ago and Chroma Core. Interestingly enough, I would say from this, you identify that Chroma Core reached out to the Red Presence and not the other way around.
All right. That's all I had.
What we had. In that case, there is one thing left on the docket, I believe. A return to the Electric Church, perhaps?
Yeah. I will put in the group chat of the day and time. I'm going to see Desiree and be like, let my assistant know if I am dead.
Who's going to the club? Just Erastus?
I feel like I should, but Vertigo's gonna go, but like sit on like the far end of the bar and just, if Erastus is gonna get iced this way, she knows immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Eris will also head there.
As
Sick.
Eris?
No, actually.
As who?
This will be someone new. I almost on reflex said like the first lines of like
You good?
No, this is dumb. It was dumb. Give me a sec while I pull up the name of the identity that
Sick.
Eris will be going as.
Okay, cool.
All right.
But
Excellent.
she will be not. But Eris will not be going as Eris. Key point.
Will Vertigo
Sick.
know Eris is there?
That's a good question.
They don't need to. I just think it's funny.
Probably not. I'd say they probably keep
Okay.
this one. Probably this one secret. But if they looked hard enough, they could probably see.
I love that
Okay.
answer, but also Vertigo's too concerned about continued existence, so probably not.
Fair enough,
You're
yeah.
concerned about the maybe next upcoming icing.
I regret to ask you to indulge me on 2 points. First, what is everyone wearing to the club? I have to know, because now you're going to the club as a destination unto itself. So what do you wear?
God, Mara's never really been to a club either, so it's not gonna be as cool as you think it is. But I think what Erastus does is
We'll fix this, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not wearing what he would wear to work, but it's definitely a very like well-tailored black button-down shirt that's like half unbuttoned, and
Okay.
a lot of his pants are open just because he has like the animal like hooves, and instead of like the gold jewelry, it is a lot of silver decorating his horns, and there is a necklace on a nice like thin chain that has just a very, very simple ring on it that can be seen.
Do you think like 2 hours before this happened, Vertigo probably did in the group chat just be like, you cannot wear what you wore the first, like, don't look like a goddamn cop.
There is a picture of like the outfit like hung up on hangers on the like in front of the closet.
Fit check.
Eris will immediately chime in like, "Oh, honey, please, that is much too drab for a club.
I don't-
Oh, you could do so much better."
But it's least classy. I don't have anything that's appropriate for a club.
stop by my address. I'll help you out.
Where the fuck's your address?
She'll send her address in the group chat.
Fine. I guess.
You get the address for like a random fucking mansion or something.
And he'll just like he'll essentially hand over they'll essentially hand over the chosen outfit that Erastus will eventually wear. Sort of look up and down. Yeah, this will suit you perfectly.
What is it?
So did you have an idea of like let me actually find a good one. I didn't have an idea in mind. I'll get back to you on that. But
That's
Eris
fine.
will supply the outfit.
There is, depending on what it looks like, he might just wear his regular outfit, but we'll see. Is it revealing?
No, not. I would say
Okay.
it's still classy.
Okay,
Does show a tad bit more skin.
that's okay.
Like essentially like you walking in with like I'm assuming Ross is coming in with like what with like a suit or like how is he coming in?
Like rolled up. The sleeves are rolled up. It's just the shirt and pants and jewelry.
Okay, essentially Eris will essentially it's along the same lines, just maybe unbutton one or two buttons.
A couple. They were already like down to here. It was already like a third unbuttoned. So maybe like a couple more.
Okay.
Show off those top surgery scars. Come on, let's go.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. She probably most likely in that case would probably replace the jewelry. It would be definitely more fashion forward, I'd say, especially for a place like the Electric Church.
Fair.
So yeah.
Like he can get behind that. He can get behind that.
Yeah. Like
Jewelry's
rings, jewelry, somehow even tail jewelry, which Eris has.
No, that's perfect. Yeah, no. Thanks.
You're welcome. Now just go out there and make me look good.
Sure, if anyone asks, I'll tell them my designer is you.
Perfect.
Eris of the unknown last name. Yeah, I'll head over to the club.
Sick. Vertigo, did we get your outfit?
Nope, not yet. Are
What's
you
it gonna
kidding?
be?
After Erastus's, I needed the full rundown of what that was looking like.
Yeah, no, we all needed that, yeah.
Vertigo, I can't do a quick costume change, nor do I have this outfit, so it works out. Vertigo has an iridescent... I don't even know what the actual material would be. Something stiff, but it's iridescent. It is the miniest of mini skirts, with like an LED border around the bottom.
Yes.
Some like rainbow fishnets, but then also like LED spider web over the knee boots. And then the top is probably like little tiny thin spider webs, and it's hard to tell if they're catching the light or if they're also their own like self-lit kind of match the boots in like a spider webby pattern. And the cuffs also have that like thicker border of light. Her hair is up in like one starts out as one big bun at the top and then just kind of cascades down the back with little, I guess, mirrors almost kind of tucked in. And those just incredible, they're not even on her pin board, but man, thin, like her eyelashes also have that same like rainbow light up thin filament style. And there's probably pasties involved.
Good.
Excellent.
Fucking
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful.
What do the pasties
And-
look like? I gotta know. There's so many
You know,
different kinds.
that's a good question. I think with a lot of rainbow light, they're probably white. And if we are at the electric church, they're going to be triangle shaped.
Sick. Love it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So good.
Eris, what, who are you going as and what are you wearing?
So, Eris will be going under the identity of someone known as Jess. This is someone who's more down to earth in terms of social status. So their clothing sort of reflects as such. They go with a more techwear inspired look. Lots of belts, cargo, like almost like cargo, like cropped cargo shorts. But I think the biggest thing about them is that they have essentially like full makeup that is it's blacklight. It's blacklight activated. So anytime a blacklight would sort of shine over Jess, you just see like a bunch of like blacklight circuitry makeup lines just running down their entire body. Like combat boot. They be wearing combat boots, which have a bit of like an iridescent sort of glow to them a little bit. It's like a little. I'm trying to think of like the best word to describe it exactly, but like it's actually a blacklight is a really big thing for this outfit. Lots of details that show up with blacklight, makeup activated by blacklight, and even like highlights in her hair that will be activated by blacklights.
Excellent.
So
yes,
yeah,
I love her.
I love this so much. Three of you, one by one, managed to make your way into the electric church.
Yeah.
And if you will indulge me on a second point, I will tell you what this place looks like when it is properly.
Yeah.
Tonight, you enter the electric church, and it is a big day, a momentous day, in a way, for this particular venue. Because tonight, the electric church is hosting a musical act. And not just any musical act. Tonight, the electric church is hosting Mother and the Fuckers. This is a sort of electronic punk band, a three-piece that is well known throughout the city, throughout the shock scene, and throughout anybody who's on music streaming platforms. This group is known for radical, for lack of a better word, political messaging and social consciousness. It is made up of a sort of producer wizard in a way, a technologist and mage who's familiar. A large black cat is always featured in some way in the shows, whether that's taking a nap on an amplifier or pressing this button or that in her way casually across the stage. It is fronted by an energetic young woman named Misa Tell, who plays guitar. She has a and sings, and her voice oscillates between these furious rasps and soaring pristine highs. And it is all solidified by drummer Kiri Amaranth, whose technical prowess and feats of volume are as yet unsurpassed in the drummers of Zenith. And it is this group that is setting up and beginning their final sound checks as you enter into this space. And it is one of the coolest things any of you have ever seen. There is, as on that train station so many days ago, a beautiful menagerie of all types of people enjoying the space and enjoying each other in all types of ways. As the music pours in from above, from the club speakers, you see all manner of people engaging with it in subtly different ways. You see a group of Genasi all perceiving the music and feeling it seemingly differently. There is an Air Genasi who seems to almost feel the music like channel through them. The sound waves undulate the body of this individual. who seems to be having like a sort of full body transcendent experience, whereas similarly there is an Earth Genasi nearby, who is just standing firmly rooted in the ground, who is themselves reverberating the music back through themselves as a sort of solid standing stone. You see a group of minotaurs and a group of orcs laughing and sharing drinks as they play pool in the corner. All sorts of people in all sorts of modes of expression and dress and purpose for being here, all united under one roof to laugh, dance, drink, and enjoy. And it is a space that you enter into. Erastus, you make your way through the crowd. It is packed in here. And you find your way towards a large corner table.
I think I would have at some point made eye contact with Vertigo and just like, hey, hi, without saying hi. I get a drink from the bar, just seltzer, twist a lemon. And then I'll head over to the table, making my way through the crowd, trying not to stab anyone with my horns. And as soon as I get eyes on Des, even though I'm not like exactly there yet to be like actually talk to her, I want to use one of my abilities.
Sick. What would you like to use?
I'm going to take a pause and use my ability called Understanding. For one intellect point, you observe or study a creature or object. Your next interaction with that creature or object gains 1 asset. Action.
All right, sick. You gain 1 asset for your next roll with Desiree.
Cool. And then, yeah, I will make my way towards the table. I'm assuming there's like a rope and like a bouncer to keep people from getting in there and stuff like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I will just make my way and just be polite and like, she'll talk to me when she's ready. This is her turf, so.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll just listen, vibe, take some sips of my drink, and then just wait until she's ready to talk to me.
As you're doing that, Jess and Vertigo, what are you up to?
I think Jess would probably also sort of be sort of at the bar, getting herself a drink. She would probably position herself where she can at least get a decent eye view of the round table, where usually, I guess, the captain hangs out if they're there. But probably also just jamming to the music meanwhile. Yeah.
Delightful. This is the exact place I had hoped to catch you.
Perfect.
Eris, as you approach the bar, a familiar figure looks to you from across the counter. You almost swear you get a little bit of deja vu as you see someone from the good old days across the bar from you. This is, well, not so young a woman anymore. This is Nettle, one of the 2 former owners of the Lich Lord Tavern. She's grown much since then. Her step isn't as quick, but her eyes certainly haven't lost a degree of piercing intensity that they always seem to have. She looks at you, and for a moment she looks as if she's seen a ghost. But she takes a quick breath and leans across the bar. What can I get you, sugar?
Whiskey, double.
Coming right up. She produces a whiskey for you. I don't happen to know you, do I?
I don't know. Do you?
Well, I think I do now. Because you never could answer a question straight on, could you, Eris?
Good to see you too, Nettle.
Oh my! I heard you were still alive.
I'm glad to see I live up to the rumors.
Mm. Oh my god! I hope the last 500 years have been good to you.
They've certainly been interesting. In both good and bad ways. But, well. Yeah, I think interesting is probably the best way to say it. What about you?
I've been good. I feel like I've kept just ahead of the curve, you know? Held on to the Lich Lord as long as we could, and once that didn't become viable, moved on to the next thing and the next thing, and now I'm one of 3 owners of this place, and I show up every once in a while when I want to see the music, and when I want something to do besides, you know, sit around and wait to, I don't know, see whatever happens next.
You don't have to tell me twice. Been on the receiving end of those feelings quite a number of times.
Mare, yes, Nettle is an elf. She is a wood elf.
So, you seen anyone else from the good old days, or is it just you I have to worry about saying?
Just me for now. Most of the divers, well, a lot of them died in the job, and then a lot of them died of old age, and these new kids, they've got a lot of fight, but
You're damn right they do.
I hope it works out for them. I guess that's all I can say about that.
Yeah. We're gonna need it, especially with things happening.
Now, what do you mean by that? Things happening?
Let's just say I've heard some rumblings recently about some not so pleasant events on the horizon. Events almost on
Darren, so
par
you're
as
still
with
working?
I haven't worked. I haven't worked in a long time, but then again, you never really work as if you have fun every day at your job. So,
Well, you know what I mean. You still working like you did a while ago?
here and there,
We last saw each other.
here and there, when the mood strikes my fancy.
Is anything big like the last time?
If certain rumblings are said to be believed, unfortunately, might be even bigger.
And what, it's gotta be you again?
I wouldn't say it has to be me. I just happen to get drawn into it by, believe it or not, happenstance.
Well, you'll forgive me if I don't believe it. I don't believe in happenstance much these days. Well, I won't get in your way much longer. As you can see, she kind of inclines her head towards the rest of the bar, which is like a dozen or so people all looking to get some kind of a drink.
I'll let you get back to it. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. And it's good to see you too. Eris, for the first time in a while, the years feel like they're catching up to you. Not physically. You still feel as agile, quick-witted, sharp and powerful as you ever have. But something about seeing one of your former contemporaries strikes you. It's hard to put words to, in a way. Because by all accounts, you, of all people, even despite your age, should be on top of the world. And in many ways, you are. But time still gnaws at you. Not only does it gnaw at you, as you stop to consider it, whether you want to or not, it gnaws at this thing that has kind of accreted around you, this legend, this myth, this character that people conceive of when they talk about Eris, the Eris. You may take 4 experience points as you take your first step off the path. Vertigo, what's the vibe?
Vertigo has had enough alcohol at this point, I think. It's like a watched pot doesn't boil, right? Like, they're not focusing on whatever's happening with Erastus. It is something that she's gonna like check in on, but man, the band is killing it, and what's the point in getting dressed up if you're not gonna have a little fun? So similar to Eris in that, like, kind of hanging out at the bar, but also there's a little bit of dance and there's a little bit of depending on the vibe around them, like, you know, hyping up the band, like, you know, enjoying the mood with other people around them, like no man is an island and all that. Trying to participate in the overall club vibe, as well as you know, seeing if anyone's gonna die tonight.
Excellent. Well, I'll say that sort of one of the last things you perceive as you begin to step into the dance floor and the drink takes effect, as you see Erastus seemingly kindly, or at least cordially, welcomed past a velvet rope into a large round table at which Decidae sits. You see Eris caught up in some kind of conversation with an older woman behind the bar. And then through either your own willpower or the diffuse intentions of the crowd, you get yourself swept up in the dance floor and find yourself in a sort of, imagine a mix between a mosh pit and like a break area for like dancers, as Mother and the Fuckers take the stage and begin. Imagine like a house track, like a house, like imagine like house music that's like just a bit faster than it should be, and you get swept up in this sort of vibrant ecstasy of motion and cheering, and you sift your way through the crowd, through 5, 6, 7 different partners in the span of a set 5 minutes on, and you just get lost in a way. And it is all at once beautiful and ethereal, and you know in the moment that it is something you will never get back, and depending on how many drinks you have, it is something you might even pay for in the future. But for now, it's almost everything. Erastus, you are beckoned into this private meeting space, in a way. As you step past the stanchion, the absolutely thunderous electronic punk music going behind you all just whoosh away into a dull echo of what it once was as you step beyond the bounds of a silent spell.
Yeah. One, how many people are inside around this table, and where am I invited to sit, if I'm allowed to sit?
You see 4 people around this table. You are invited to sit, and the 4 individuals you see are, one, Desiree Canna herself in the flesh. You would see a lizard folk of some variety, Gila monster looking boy, wearing, again, a sort of outlander looking outfit from the north. You would see, who would it be? See a strange looking individual, smaller than the rest, maybe an elf of some kind, with big round gold wireframe spectacles, wearing something like a silver robe, with vibrant purple hair that is all slicked back, seemingly a wizard of some kind. Then you see someone who, you're not surprised to see, but you're kind of surprised to see. This woman is Yona. She is your secretary's girlfriend, and she is sitting there, sort of almost like slouched back. She's got like a holster for a shotgun that you can see the handle of just tipping up from behind her shoulder. What's going on, boss?
Yona, it's nice to see you. And I'll immediately incline my head at Desiree. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me.
Of course, I am humbled by your attentions. Please sit.
Where am I invited to sit in the circle? Next to who? Or across? Oh, you said it's a big table, so.
Yeah, so you basically have 2 options. You can sit next to Yona, or you can sit next to the chain-smoking lizard guy.
Yona. Just because, sorry, smoking is no.
Well, he doesn't know it, and so as you sit
Yeah,
down,
that's fair.
the lizard folk offers you a cigarette.
I quit a while ago. Thank you.
Stronger than me. I don't know why he put it back behind his shoulder, but he did.
I won't take up much of your time. I'm hoping that this will be quick. And I'll reach into like my top pocket and take out my phone. And I'll just like scroll through it for a little bit and go to the video that Vertigo sent me when I asked them to look into the murder of the pop singer Articana. And I'll just slide it over to Desiree and click play. And it is essentially security camera footage from the Electric Church, a nightclub in the shock scene, and a popular hangout for the drowned. Ambrose appears to be meeting with Zenith's most wanted, Desiree Kana.
A bold opening move. Let's see how it works out for you. Actually, I'll tell you what, but this will be a roll.
That's fair.
So I will present the circumstances to you. I know you have an asset to this because of
Yes.
your skill. you, who is only known to Desade as a government employee, walk in here with security footage of a place that she frequents, she potentially owns or has some stake in.
Yeah.
And you present security footage of her meeting with a person who's now dead.
Yes.
With no further
Yes.
context.
I will say that I'm not here as Preside Erastus.
This will start off as a challenge 7.
That's fair.
And you have your asset, so that's down to a 6.
I will.
I know you've said you're not Preside, but...
Oh, I know. This was going to be difficult regardless, just because of who I am. So, would there be any skills that would be applicable to this?
What skills do you have?
Persuasion, deception, detecting falsehoods, perception, public speaking, intimidation. I'm not trying to be intimidating.
Persuasion should work.
Okay, so I'm going to do persuasion. I have the asset, and I'm going to spend a level of effort, so that brings it down to a
12.
It brings it down to a 12.
Target number 12, yeah.
Yeah.
Challenge.
And depending on how this goes, I might end up using my crit on this.
Sick.
We'll see how it goes. I got a 14.
That'll do it. I can't whistle, but Desade does give a long, low whistle before sliding the phone back to you. So you're not here with the government, but you understand how this looks, where you walk into my establishment with security footage that I did not give you of me talking to a man who's not dead.
That individual who is dead was my partner, and I want to know who killed them. And this is only one of a couple very small leads that I have. This is not a government. This is a hunt for justice.
I think we understand each other a little better now.
Are you able to help me with this? Understand why they were talking to you? What if this is connected?
Do you have any kind of evidence or assurance that you are who you say you are, or that Ambrose is who you claim they are in relation to you? What we were discussing was quite sensitive.
I'll go back through my phone, open up an album of very personal photos. Nothing not safe for work, but just like not Articana.
Sure.
It is personal photos, dates, candids, stuff like that.
She looks for a moment, only briefly, and then hands it back. Well, thank you for being patient with me. I understand this probably isn't easy, but I hope you understand that I have concerns of iron I need to manage.
Of course. I will be as patient as I need to be.
Ambrose was working with us, you could say. He
Does this have to do with anything in regards to what they called the Code Talker EP?
Not directly. I know that was a project of his. but also backing up a second. Empress, did you see him?
They, them.
They, them. Apologies.
That's okay.
I know there was a project of theirs, but I was not directly involved in that.
Is it an album?
Amber,
Do you know?
Code Talker. To my knowledge, yes.
Okay.
Some kind of musical project, at least. It seemed personal in nature or spiritual in a way. I'm not quite sure. I wasn't a primary collaborator there. No.
No one was. Family and myself know nothing about it.
Ambrose worked with the drowned. He helped helped keep us afloat in some cases, and generally supported the idea of a diffuse network of neighborhood caretakers. This was not a legally sanctioned endeavor, obviously, so it was kept underground.
So assisting with the community, helping you be neighborhood watch.
More or less. He found our cell to be at least generally agreeable to his ethics.
Do you have any insight on about 6 months ago?
Not off the top of my head. I say I was surprised, but it hasn't been a professional curiosity of mine. I could be convinced to make it a professional curiosity of mine.
What do you need to start looking into it?
Assurances that we might begin, or at least experiment with what could become a long and fruitful partnership with as many members of the Preside as we can manage to affiliate with.
I can't make a promise for everybody, but I know myself and at least several others would be willing for open conversations.
You and any additional amenable parties, names, and the areas of professional authority would be an excellent start.
I know there are a lot of people that in the government that don't approve of the drowned, but to be blunt, it's because they are power hungry. We all know this.
We do. And if it makes you feel any better, there are plenty of people in the drowned who don't approve of your government either. So
And I don't
we'll call
blame
it
them.
fair.
I don't blame them.
Then why do it?
Why be in the government?
Yeah.
It was the best way for me. The best location for my skill set to do the most good in a proactive manner. Also, it does feel a little good rubbing it in Jackass's face when you put them in a position where they can't disagree with you due to facts. Otherwise, they look like a fool.
I do imagine that is satisfying.
It very much is. It's either they look like a hypocrite and everyone starts to hate them, or they have to concede.
Well, I'll start working on seeing what I can find about this. In exchange, you start working on finding me names.
I can start rounding up names, and if anyone, you or anybody else in the Drowned might be in need of legal aid, I can make sure to introduce you to lawyers who will not be taking on the case because they have to.
Very good. Well, I won't keep you here long. I don't think this was a social call, and I hope you understand, but the rest of my business will need to be conducted privately.
Of course.
But stay, enjoy the music. I hear it's good tonight.
It is. Thank you. And I'll stand up and nod to Yona. Say hi to Vivi later when you get home. For me.
I definitely will. You take care of yourself, E.
I'll get going.
You go.
I'll probably listen a little bit longer. Catch Vertigo's eye if they're not completely intoxicated, and then I'll bounce in a couple songs.
Yeah, Vertigo wouldn't have gotten trashed given the night's events. But yeah, if she sees you heading out, she'll nod.
Not dead, not iced.
Not dead. And with that piece of delightful good news, I believe we can call it for this evening.
Hella.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for this fine episode of Zenith 3000. I have been your host, Alex, and yeah, we're just gonna quickly go around the room, as it were, saying what other projects we're working on, what other where else you can find us on the internet, socials, etc., etc., etc. And then we'll run a quick raid according to the discretion of our fine channel reps, Mara and Eva. While they are determining who our raid target will be, I will begin and say, hello everybody, my name is Alex. I have been your GM for this evening and will continue being your GM for the remaining 8 to 10 sessions that there will be for Zenith 3000. I cannot be found on the internet. This is the only project I'm currently working on, at least publicly, but yeah, honestly, that's pretty much it. Who else wants to start talking?
Hey, I'm Mare. Find me on all applicable social media, Archmage of Dice. Just check my socials in the Sorting Key Twitter, BlueSky, for where I'll be next. I will be running a game of the Devil's Dandy Dogs on Valorant's channel tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for Extra Life Charity Bonanza weekend, and I'll be in another game, I think at 3 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, where I'll be in 10 Candles. Also, apply to my game, please. My Invisible Sun game, it closes in 2 days.
Do it, you know you want to.
Do it. Do it.
I already have.
You literally said you want to play to cause problems.
Yes, I did.
Who could have seen that coming?
What?
I'll go. Hi, hello, I'm Eva. I am the key half of Sword and Key, I guess. See, it makes sense when Derek says it. It makes zero sense when I say it. It's fine. You can catch me here on Saturdays for Horizon's Call, and sometimes Sundays. I'm feeling a bit better, so probably more Sundays coming up. And of course Thursdays for Zenith. And if I'm not on the screen, it's 50-50. I'm not gonna do the math, but I'm probably behind the scenes. I might be running something for Project Hopemas coming up. we will see. I think that's about it. Like I said, still recovering, so words are hard, and I'm trying not to overburden myself, and yet, that's it for me.
We'll just,
All right.
Abhishek has stepped away, but hey, you can follow Abhishek on Neon Raiden or at the Linktree at Abhishek Matange on the Linktree in chat. He is a voice actor, actual play performer, and enjoyer of all thing tokusatsu. He's great. Follow him. Put him in your things.
Yes, absolutely.
Are we doing channel stuff, or are we gonna just head for a raid?
I will do a quick channel wrap up, and it seems unfair to put it on you or Alex since I am sitting right here. Basically, you can find out all of our information on Beacons, but also this week we have a Derek keeps sneaking them in. We have a Sword and Tease Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific with 8th Day of the Week with Nada. We have Horizon's Call in the afternoon. On Sunday, we have a Session 0, but that won't be streamed. Monday, we have Summer in Carcosa, which is one of 2 King in Yellow inspired games on this channel.
So good.
Happening at the moment. Nightmares on the Frontier is taking this week off. And then there's Gate Night on Tuesday, and then we're back on Thursday with Zenith 3000. It is end days, I think, for the application for Invisible Sun.
It closes whenever on Saturday, whenever I remember to close it.
Yeah.
So you might have until Sunday morning.
But don't bank on it.
Yeah, don't bank on it. Apply early Saturday or by late Friday to definitely get in.
Rather than later. I believe we are rating Entropy Emporium.
Yes, they're queued up.
And I think that does it for us tonight. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Now more than ever. Keep your eyes open. Pet your pets.
Hydrate.
Hydrate.
Meds.
Meds.
Yes.